Hey everybody. Oh, okay. North. Well, this is Kelvin Nix, video analyst for the North Forest Eagles. Um, uh, watched video from 2 or 3 games back. The North Forest Eagles have lost 2 games before this last game of Seminary, uh, where they won pretty impressively. Uh, Seems like the boys are back. They're back on target now. Um, uh, some people don't realize and understand the arc of basketball or sports period. Um, Basketball is more than just dribbling down the court and passing the ball, shooting the ball in the hoop, making 2 points or 3 points or whatever. It's more than just that. It's more than just refs blowing whistles. Uh, Sports is about 75, I want to say 75% mental and maybe 25% physical. Um, if any of y'all understand that, um, if your mind is right, your body's right. So, um, taking a look at, I think what the problem was with the 2 previous losses, I think they kind of had like a mental a failure. Is where you trying to get things, you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to get with the system. It's then too, it may be some things personally in the kids' life, the boys' life. They teenagers. Uh, you can't expect them to be able to handle things the way we handle things. So when you got all of this going on, like I told the coach, sometimes it takes give kids a little chance to kind of uh, get themselves together, and sometimes that may mean them getting a break from it. Because there's some things in life are more important than a basketball or football or baseball. You know, uh, it's pretty serious out here. Life is no joke. It's not to be played with. It's not to be taken lightly. And I may sound too technical when I say that, but uh, if you ever been through anything in life, you would understand that. Look, is you got to, like my grandfather used to tell me, you got to grab the bull by the horns. It's the only way you're gonna control it. So life is that same way. You got to grab it by the horns. You got to control it. So this is what the boys is figuring out. That from my analyst of the games and knowing how the boys are, uh, my from my knowledge and understanding is that I think they just had a mental lapse. So, uh, they came out strong in the Jamboree first 2 games. Very impressive. That's a good effort. The excitement was there, adrenaline was there. Um, but then the next 2 games was a wake up call. That's what I call it. As coaches know when sometimes kids kind of get a little bit above themselves, uh, kind of think that we got it. No, you don't have it. Trust me. There's somebody out there that's better than you. And seeing how things went last year with the team, the big run that they made to state last year, um, look, it's gonna be teams gunning for you. That's just the way it is. That's the way sports is. Uh, you know, payback. I mean, that's just the way it is. Some kids like, look, you beat us this year, you don't get us next year, and they mean that. And so everybody's gonna be gunning for those Eagles. Look, they made an impressive run. That was very impressive. That's about one of the most impressive runs I've seen a team make in a long time. Uh, Seeing the circumstances and the situation, every way things were. Uh, that was a very impressive run. It really impressed me. It superseded all of our expectations. Nobody really thought, nobody really expected. I knew they was good. I knew they could do it. But the fact of them putting it into action and doing it, that was the question. So that's the same way it is with this team this year. It's more or less questionable, uh, uh, but in itself, uh, with the leadership that they have uh, from Coach Levin, I'm pretty sure they're going to make an impressive run. The outcome, nobody knows. I don't know. I mean, it's up to the kids. Uh, right now is they're being issued everything that coach can give them. I know he's working hard. He studies at night. Uh, he's a student of the game, and by far I believe that they're going to turn some heads. Uh, that's just how hard they work, and he expects the same thing out of his boys. So now some of the football players that came out. So football season is over. So look, I ain't saying, but some of y'all that ain't been with it, the bench is ready for you. That's all I can say. Man, from looking at the film, from the games up until now, you can count them on your hands. Who's gonna fall by the wayside? Be on the bench. Cause this thing is about putting the best five on the floor that can do the job. So if you ain't been cutting the mustard, you've been dragging behind. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, that's life. In life, uh, it works that way in life. Uh, I'm not gonna go through all of that, but there's a lot of scenarios I could come up with, but that's not the topic right now. But in life, there are challenges, and right now, uh, this team is in a challenge. The challenge is: are you going to perform, or are you not? It is point blank. Sugarcoating. Y'all know me, and I think Coach Levin feels the same way. We don't sugarcoat. I don't sugarcoat nothing. No, and I just tell the kids straight up front. Uh, Look, you got to do better. It's just point blank. And I know he's going to talk to him. He's going to put everything into him that he can. He's going to correct some things. He's going to make some changes. I know he's going to make some changes. And he's going to see what works. Well, what five work? Uh, so there's some questionable positions there that he feel like that the players are not meeting up to the expectation. They're not coming up to speed. So I don't know whether they can or not, but he knows, and we'll see on down the road because the season is just young. Yeah, it's just not starting. So we're getting ready to approach December, but think about it, district play is not too far away. So uh, they got to sort of figure this thing out, figure it out pretty quick. I know uh, Collins, Coach Pope, he's gonna have his boys ready. He always do, and they're gonna be tough. And you also got East Marion. East Marion, they're gonna come at you. Coach Brown do a good job over there coaching them boys and girls. And look, these kids gonna come at you. It's just that's just the way it is. And then you got St. Patrick. was in the run last year. I know North Forest had beat them 4 times. That's unheard of. Uh, you beating a good team like that 4 times in a season, in one season. And I think a couple of them was kind of like maybe a two-game intervention between there. And so, uh, like I said, it made an impressive run. Uh, Teams like that are not easy to beat. They're very well coached, and that's the thing. Some of these coaches are doing the best they can with the talent that they have, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So I can't wait to see district play. I'll be evaluating the film like I always do, and we'll see what works. We'll see who's best fit here, who's making the best effort, who's improving, who's not improving, who's falling by the wayside, who's up and down. We have a few players that's kind of like up and down. They ain't really found that neutral ground yet. So, and all of this, we will see how it pans out in the next 2 or 3 games. So, uh, that's the biggest thing. So, coach and I really believe that these kids have a lot of potential, and the potential is there, and the opportunity is certainly there. So, to make another run in state, I can't say that, but to be competitive, they will. Very competitive, they will. We have a upcoming possible D1 prospect, Joe Holloway, and he's looking good. He's picking up. Uh, so it's looking pretty good. You got Trey at the point. He's looking pretty good. Uh, I think Coach said he was averaging like 20. I think he hit 9 like in seminary. So he kind of dropped off a little bit, and that happens. That happens. It happens, especially when you got one coming up, and then the other one kind of falls off. That happens. But the main thing is the roles. Making sure that you doing your roles. What is your role? Your role may not be the scope. So the philosophy may be different. The philosophy may change. So kid's not gonna hit 20. He may hit 20 tonight. He may hit 10 tomorrow night. So uh, it fluctuates. If you know anything about strategy, uh, you want to get the best out of the best players. So you want them to perform to their maximum. Then yet they got to play their roles. And a lot of times kids can't fit into that little box there. That they can't find that neutral ground. And I think that's what the kids are struggling with at this point. And we'll look at this seminary film and see what we can do better. There's always room to do better and get better. There's no uh, room for error because in this game, mistakes can hurt. They can hurt very bad. They can make the difference in you being up by 10 or being down by 10. You up by 20 or you down by 20. See what I'm saying? Because it's more to it than just dribbling down the court, passing the ball, and putting it in the hoop. That's basic stuff. So there's a lot of things the kids find out that they have to learn. This is a young team. They're very young, and most of them first time playing varsity, so they're learning. You got to give kids time to learn. They God didn't make the world overnight, so just think about them and their little minds. So, you know, it's gonna take a little time. Uh, they'll be there. They'll get there. I believe they will. Uh, Coach is gonna push them hard. They're gonna work hard. And they're gonna play for them. That's no doubt. Uh, I've never seen the kid just lack out, not play for him. He does a good job connecting with them and challenging them. That's the thing. You got to challenge your players. You got to challenge them to get better, do better, perform to your maximum. You know, 100 won't do. We got to go 110, 120. You know, a little special effort. That may be what be the difference in you winning uh, those close games. A lot of games are gonna be close. But like I said, they're gonna come at you. And these other teams, they're gunning for NFE. Yeah, NFE, North Florida Eagles. They're gunning for you. So, uh, in saying that, we're going to sign off and see what the end results will be. Thank you.